And that's going to bring us to the Arizona Wildcats with head coach Brent Brennan leading the way. Be prestige. I mean, he's got some good recruiting pipelines. I really like their system, really on both sides of the ball as a whole. And you got Noah Fafita at quarterback. They've got some really talented players just across the board. So I'm really excited for this dynasty. You know, they've had some ups and downs over the last couple years. In 2024, in his first year, they went 4-8 and really rebounded this past year by going 9-4. So we're looking to continue building that momentum and taking Arizona to this next level. And it's going to start with this program, with this roster in year one. It's not terrible. 77 overall. You know, we know the Big 12 is going to be a little competitive. We have tons of 80s. I do like the players overall as a whole. So we're going to be in a decent spot getting things started. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to jump ahead, sim all the way to week 12, all the way to the end of the season, and see what we can do with the Arizona Wildcats, taking it through the sim to see if they can take us all the way to the promised land, including through conference championship games and potential bowl games. And how about this? Our stud tight end Keon Burnett would win the John Mackey Award with a heck of a season. I'm telling you, this guy's actually a really good player in real life too. But 2025 was not our year, going 3-9. Our only wins against Hawaii, an FCS team, and guess Oklahoma State. They struggled again in real life and in the game in 2025. So we really got to build this thing back up. And it looks like Noah Fafita was not the problem. Nearly 3,000 passing yards, 27 touchdowns, only 1 interception. We had Ismail Mahadi doing his thing with almost 1,200 rushing yards. Pretty good receiver room. Obviously, Keon Burnett won the Mackey. Some good defenders. I know we're probably going to struggle with this in the team stats area, but we did have some good individual performances. Shout out to Dalton Johnson, too, who got drafted this year. And Traden Stukes, who I do see right there, right below Dalton Johnson. He was one of my favorite players in the entire NFL draft. And, well, yeah, I mean, I was right. We gave up 34 points per game this year on defense, one of the worst marks in the entire country. Gave up some of the most rushing yards per game in the entire country. Didn't have a whole lot of sacks. We did have a good turnover margin, though, which, of course, is going to happen. We only throw 1 interception, but I do see 19 takeaways, which is a pretty good amount. But boy, this roster is in some serious trouble. I mean, look at all these players that want to transfer. It's not totally surprising given the record that we had, but with only 2 persuasions, I mean, we're going to lose a ton of good players. And already starting off, we're not going to be able to keep quarterback Noah Fafita. That's going to be a huge loss. I do want to try to keep Javion Cole. This guy's a really good player in real life too, and we're actually able to do that. So we're going to lose Sawyer Anderson. We're going to lose a ton of good players. We're going to finish dead last in recruiting with only 5 signees. So not only do we have so many holes on the current roster to fill, we're not going to do it through the recruiting process either with only 5 signees. But thankfully, our players really developed over the offseason because our roster only dropped from 77 to 75. So I'm really excited about that. We have a sophomore impact dev trait, Tommy Trout quarterback. I'm really excited about him too. I mean, he's at least got something. But overall, the roster is not in terrible shape. We've got a ton of 80s. We've got some building blocks that we can really dive into, build the foundation upon. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put this team through the sim for the entire regular season to see if they can maybe pull off some sort of miracle and get to a bowl game or at least win more than 3 games. And we would do just that miraculously. Get to 6-6, 4-5 in the Big 12. But 6-6, huge improvement. We doubled our win total from the year before. Played some good teams close, lost some games we probably should have won. But again, we were competitive in the Big 12, a step in the right direction. Didn't make a bowl game somehow, don't know how, but 6-6 will take it. It's an improvement. And because of that, we're gonna be able to keep some more players around. Now, we do only have 2 persuasion chances, so we're gonna have to be strategic. I do want to keep this freshman guard who does want to stay with us too, so that's good. I don't know if I want to lose the 77 other left guard. I mean, keeping 2 left guards and, obviously different persuasion chances, but I got to keep this offensive line intact. We can always move those guys around and develop them. So, and with more on-field success, with more signs of improvement, that's going to really resonate with the recruits as we would sign the 80th best recruiting class, 10 3-stars, a couple 2-stars. We're going to have to improve on that, but man, a much better volume class to again continue improving and building on this roster. But it would be another 6-6 season, so this thing is definitely going to take some time. But we made a bowl game, taking on Washington in the DeMond Williams Bowl, really the guaranteed first-rate bowl in Arizona, but you get it. And in the sim, we would dominate them 41-17 to win 7 games, the best season thus far, and our first bowl game in this dynasty. So again, you can see the ascension that we're making as a program. And now with 5 persuasion chances, we're down to just 3 players who want to leave. So we're going to be able to use all of them. We're not going to keep Kellen Ford, which is disappointing. He's an impact rated tight end, 78 redshirt sophomore. Would have liked to have him, but we are going to be able to keep some of those other guys. And it would be a pretty mundane 2028 season, going 6-6 throughout the regular season. But we do have the opportunity to compete and play in another bowl game, this time against Tulane in the Scooters Coffee Bowl, this one in Frisco. And we've got ourselves a game, 1st and goal in the 4th quarter, 20 seconds left. We would run in and we don't have any more timeouts, so we have to score, and we have to score quickly. We cannot let time run out. Down 3. This would be a huge opportunity to secure a win. We're going to pop and throw it to the tight end, and we are going to secure another bowl victory, 35-31 in thrilling fashion. Now, the following season would be a lot of the same, going 7-5 throughout the regular season. You can see the roster's taking a little bit of a hit, but we are ranked 20th, and we did have some kind of good showing in the Big 12, especially down the stretch, and that's going to bring us to the Liberty Bowl against Mizzou, another chance to win a bowl game as the 21st ranked team in the country. And look, man, if you are seeing kickoff returns, you usually know what that means. That's usually a good sign that we're going to take it all the way back to the crib. He's pointing at the defender, great blocking, and we're going to start this game with a bang, taking the opening kick back, setting the tone, jumping out to that early 7-0 lead. But defense would really prove to be optional in this game. As time is winding down in the first half, we're going to put it up. He's got a step, he's got separation, and it is back to a one-score game. But Missoula would continue to pile on the points. We're battling, we're going back and forth. We've got a guy wide open down the middle of the field. He breaks a tackle, down 10. We need this to score on 4th and 10, and he is going to take it in to bring it to within 3. Back and forth we're going. It's back to 10 again as Mizzou just, man, they continue to find a way to get stops, get in the end zone, but not this time, baby. Look at that horrible angle by the safety. This is just an aerial assault from us, but we have to find a way to get a stop. And we would. Down 3, 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter, ball on the win. This is it, man. This is gonna be the game. We do have 3 timeouts left, but it's not gonna matter, man. He is gonna punch it in completely untouched. Great blocking from us, and that is going to be enough to secure yet another bowl win in thrilling fashion, 56-52. And look, that aerial assault was crazy. Look at our quarterback, Chad Frazier, single game records for passing yards and passing touchdowns. I mean, that was a ton of fun. And look, someone had to be on the receiving end of all these yards and touchdowns. So that's going to bring Gio Richardson to the new program record for receiving yards in a single game. And look, I'm not thrilled about going 8-5. I want to continue to take this next step, but we did finish the season ranked 20th in the country. So I am happy about that. What I'm not happy about is the fact that we only had 8 sacks last season. So that's definitely got to improve. And look, growth and improvement have really been more steady than anything else, more than like spectacular, but 8-5 coming off the best season we've had throughout this Arizona dynasty and 3 straight bowl victories. And look, heading into this 2030 season, man, I was feeling pretty ambitious about trying to sim all the way to week 13, but I like this team. We built up the roster, we kept some good players, so we're going to sim to week 9. And as you can see, we've started 6-0. Look at where this roster is compared to where it was last year at the end of the season. In the 60s, we're up into the low 70s, 76 defense. So man, we are really putting together a great team. So as the 11th ranked team in the country, I'm going to ride this momentum. I believe in our guys. We're going to sim the next 6 games and see what we can take this to. And we take it to 9-2, 14th in the country. Not too bad. I knew it would be tough to go undefeated, obviously, through the sim, but 9-2, 14th in the country heading into this final game against Arizona State. We have to hop in and play this one. No doubt about it. Big rivalry game. And ASU is going to feel the Arizona aerial assault. That's right. AAA, baby, alliteration. I know it's corny, but I don't care. We're going to put it up in the air, score another touchdown. That's going to be enough to kind of assert our dominance, bring home the Territorial Cup to Tucson as we would finish with a 10-win season and potentially a shot at the Big 12 championship game and the college football playoff. And of course, we could not have beaten ASU without a huge game behind our stud quarterback, Chad Frazier, 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. He was putting that thing up. But ASU gave us a valiant effort as they would only lose by 5. And how about that? In our 6th season, we have made the college football playoff as the 10 seed. No Big 12 championship game for us, unfortunately, but we would have to go on the road, believe it or not, to the 7th seed at FIU. They actually do pretty well in dynasty sims. I have to admit, I've seen them a lot more than I would have expected in the college football playoff and in and around it, and they're giving us a fight here. It's going to be a tough game to go onto the road, but we would score, go up 21-10 to end the first half, kind of put our foot on the gas, finish it out winning by 14 points to punch our ticket to Pasadena in the granddaddy of them all to take on Nebraska in the next round of the playoff. Again, another team just like FIU, man. You see Nebraska kind of flirting around with the college football playoff in CFB 26, and it would be a close shootout. But again, man, there's a reason they are the number 2 ranked team in the country, as we would fall by 3 in the Rose Bowl, and that would bring an end to our season. But man, what a great season it was to win 11 games. I'm super excited about where this team is headed. Again, we've continued to build this roster, pour the resources into building this roster up as we would finish as the 10th ranked team in the country. I love it. We are continuing to build this program and move in the right direction. And look at how we would do running the ball this year. Think about all the times we were putting it up in the air and we still had one of the best rushing offenses in the entire country, committed some of the fewest penalties in the entire country. It's weird not to see the service academies down there. And we're continuing to build this roster, retain the good players. We have 8 persuasion chances left. Obviously, no guarantee that we're going to be able to keep all these guys, but we've had a lot of success doing that in the last couple years. We're going to lose our 82 overall right tackle. That's kind of disappointing. And we're going to lose another right tackle. So we're going to have to find a way to kind of move some chess pieces around, get guys in the right spots. But look at this recruiting class that we have coming in, man. The 55th ranked class overall, including a 4-star. So we signed 16 players, 15 3-stars, a 4-star. I'm really excited about that, man. We have continued again to elevate our recruiting ability. And then from there, it's just going to elevate our roster. So we're headed in the right direction. I'm super excited about that. And now we're going to start the season ranked 17th in the country, 74 overall roster. So it's a little bit better than it was last last year. We get Frazier coming back at quarterback, which is always good to have. And look at this. We have an opportunity for revenge against Nebraska early on in the season. We're going to hand it to our back who's going to break a couple tackles, and he's got space. He's got green grass, makes a move in the open field, breaks another tackle, and we are going to punch it into the end zone to go up 10 on Nebraska. What an insane run. 2-0, 14th in the country, moving on to 3-0 after our defense would show up, get a stop, and that would secure a 45-32 win over Nebraska as we get our revenge. And we are going to lean on that momentum, put this improving roster to the test as we would sim and move forward later into the season, all the way until week 15 to see what we can do. And we would climb all the way to number 3 in the country as we would secure a spot in the Big 12 championship. Of course, it's against Texas Tech, even in the year 2031. But we match up well against them, so this is going to be a really good game. Let's hop into it and see if we can secure the conference championship, where things are looking good. With an 11-point lead in the fourth quarter, we're going to hand it to our stud running back who's got so much room. Look at this downfield blocking, a first down. Now a little bit under 3 minutes left as Texas Tech has no timeouts. What a move by our back to get another first down. That's pretty much probably going to do it, even though we're going to drop back to pass, and that's not ideal. Throws an interception. Very, very bad decision by me. But it really wouldn't matter because they had no timeouts left. We were up by 11. They would end up scoring. We would score again. Back and forth we'd go in the final 2 minutes. But 42-30, we're Big 12 champs, if you can believe it. Our first conference championship in this dynasty. And our first round bye in the playoff as the number 4 seed, taking on Clemson, the 5 seed in the Cotton Bowl. This will be a good game. And we are staring a victory in the face with almost 2 minutes left. Clemson has no timeouts. 2nd and 5. A first down is going to secure this win. And we're going to hand it off to our back who makes a move in the hole. Makes another move. This dude is crazy elusive. And we could probably just kneel it out and that would be enough. But with a little over a minute left as we let the clock run down, we're going to go back to the pop, throw it to the tight end. Potentially dangerous though, but it doesn't matter. He would catch it. He would score. That's going to secure a win in the Cotton Bowl in our first game in the playoffs this season. And we are moving on to the next round and have a very good chance to win the national championship this year. But it's not going to get any easier as we are going to take on the number 1 seed Ohio State Buckeyes in the Peach Bowl in the next round. Of course, Ohio State's the 1 seed because they're Ohio State. They're good in pretty much every year of this game if you play Dynasty long enough. And the game has absolutely lived up to the hype. Overtime, tied up, 24-24, 3rd and 15. We're going to put up to Gio Richardson. Make a play, young fellow, with a spot to the national championship on the line here. Can our defense hold up? 1st and goal. We've got an opportunity here to try to get off the field as we're going to try to blitz and cover. And I knew it too. I knew they were going to go over the middle. I tried to switch back there. Couldn't get back there fast enough, but we get a jump and we're going to block the PAT and he would pick it up and he would almost score. What an absolutely crazy sequence of events. I don't think I've ever seen that happen to where I picked up the blocked extra point, almost scored it to would have won them the game. That's going to be enough in thrilling fashion to punch our ticket to the national championship. That's right. We are in the national championship game in this Arizona dynasty. Our 7th season, looking to bring it home as we take on the mighty Georgia Bulldogs. And look, this game's lived up to the hype too. We are down 6, 3rd and inches. The quarterback's going to pull it, but we make a heck of an open field tackle to knock them back a couple yards and we get the ball back. A little under 3 minutes left, 2nd and 1. We're going to throw it on the RPO. The corner takes an absolutely awful angle as our receiver gets in the open field, makes a man miss. A little under 2 minutes left now. Really 2-minute warning is we're going to hand it off to our stud running back who's going to make some guys miss, move it down the field. Man, we are marching right down the field. Look at how much space we have. Look at the cut. A little bit maybe unnecessary, but 2nd and inches here. Now with 33 seconds left, we're going to give it to our back who's going to dive. He doesn't get there, but the second effort kind of, I guess, when the defender hits him, puts him into the end zone, and that's going to give us the lead. With 5 seconds left, this is it, man. This is the last play for Georgia. They put it up, and it's incomplete, and the Arizona Wildcats in the year 2031 have won the national championship. Another thriller for Brent Brennan, a huge statement win for where this program is headed. They're the kings of the Big 12. We've finally battled and slayed the demon, slayed the dragon as we started out rough, but we are now national champions. Look at Tavon Surtain, the single season receiving yards record. He's been a heck of a player. Returned that kickoff for a touchdown earlier in the video. And look at this bracket, man. I mean, it was a little bit chalky, but as the 4 seed, we took down the number 1 seed, the number 2 seed, 6 seed of Florida, man. They beat FIU. I'm telling you, FIU, you're going to see them pretty often if you played the song enough. We had a little Iron Bowl down there in the first round. Look at this progression, man. Look at where we started, 3-9 in 2025, and really all we've done is climb and ascend. We've talked about so much how we turned this roster over, we built it up. We were just continuing to stack talent, good players, develop the good players, and look at where we finished. 15-1 national champions. Chad Frazier did his thing, man. Only 400 attempts and still almost threw for 5,000 yards and 48 touchdowns. Juan Wiggins, one of the best running backs I think I've ever had in this entire project, with 1,800 rushing yards, 2 1,000-yard receivers. Look at Tavon Surtain, 21 touchdowns. Swope, 10 receiving touchdowns. Womack, 12. So, man, we were putting that ball through the air. We were getting it done on the ground. We were doing all sorts of things. 2 players with 16 TFLs, 3 in the double digits, 10.5 sacks. So, man, this is what a national championship team looks like. 48 passing touchdowns were some of the most in the entire country. And like we mentioned, getting it done in both phases of the offense, finishing 6th in rushing yards per game. We didn't give up many yards on defense. Again, this was a national championship caliber performance across the board. Some of the fewest passing yards per game allowed. And Brent Brennan is going to finish his career with a 95-92 record again. Only 3 games above 500, but he has been at some places that are historically very tough to win. He's turned it around since he's been at Arizona. 10-25 against AP top 25 teams again. You're not going to see a lot of coaches with really great records, or many coaches with great records in that department, but throw those records out. He brought a national championship to Tucson as the Arizona Wildcats are your 2031 national champions.